Okay. Well, I just want to say thank you for having us tonight. And all right, we're going to talk about some fraud. But before we talk about fraud, we're going to do some introductions. I'm Officer Joseph Soriano, who doesn't know me. This is Sergeant Conrad, Detective Kearns,
Detective Sergeant,
Jason Yar, and Kevin Bell. So, this little PowerPoint was created by Detective Sergeant Kearns right here. So, all right, I'm going to turn it over to Detective Sergeant Kearns.
You guys are the first class to get this, so.
Yeah. Hello, this has been a trade secret. This is the first unveiling, so bear with me. Yeah. We'll get through this together. As Joe Soriano, as we affectionately refer to him as Sue, said, my name is Patrick Kearns. I'm a detective sergeant at the Lakewood Police Department, which means I'm a sergeant of detectives. I've worked in the detective bureau for the last 9 years. 2 years ago, got promoted with Sergeant Conrad here, and I've been in charge of the detectives in the unit. As part of that, we handle investigations into frauds, and that's what brings us here today. So, I created this presentation for you. I hope it helps everybody out. As it says, fraud prevention and safety for older adults, understanding scams, cyber threats, and police investigations.
Also, real quick, how many here have been victims of fraud, scam, identity theft? Quite a few. Me too.
Yeah. Yes, Jason has.
Oh, he'll tell you his story later on. It's actually interesting.
So we'll start with the reasons why do scammers target older adults. They're often trusting and polite. They may have savings or a fixed income that is coming in. Isolation can increase vulnerability, and there's less familiarity with new technology.
We'll go over it. It's going to be like your Bitcoin and your Apple gift card scams. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, so some of the common fraud tactics that these scammers use, there's phone scams. Someone calling you to pretend to be someone, a family member or something, and they are in trouble. I.e. the grandchild scam, the grandparent scam, where, you know, Grandma, I'm in jail, I need money for bail, hoping that you'll provide cash. There's also fake government or IRS calls. Similar thing, you're going to get a phone call saying somebody from the IRS has warrants signed against you, or if you don't provide money to them, they're going to issue a warrant for your arrest. There's also charities and lottery scams. These are people calling, pretending to be different types of charities, or you're the winner of a lottery that you didn't enter, but they need your information to put appropriate monies in different accounts. There's home repair scams where somebody will come to your house and actually pretend to be a person that is going to do repair work to your house, or it can happen on the phone, but most likely it's going to be in person, where they're trying to get you to sign up for something, trying to steal your information, steal your identity. There's romance scams. That one strikes close to home. My mother, she's a widow, and she fell victim to a romance scam. Someone contacted her. She was lonely after my father passed, and she thought somebody was approaching her for a romantic relationship. But this guy claimed to be stuck over in Europe. He was the owner of a construction company and convinced her to send like $7,000. And then there's fraudulent bank activity scams where someone pretends to be a member of a bank trying to get you to provide your information for your bank account to the actual bank to protect your account. So more in depth on each one of those. Phone scams, pretending to be somebody, a family member in trouble. You'll get a random phone call out of the blue, either by a person claiming to be a family member in trouble or needing money, or claiming to be an attorney acting on behalf of the family member that is currently in some type of legal trouble and needing money. This frequently involves the hand delivering of cash to a courier who will then deliver the money to the caller. Best course of action is to hang up and call the actual person that is alleged to be in trouble. So if, like, they say your grandson or son or daughter are in trouble, You hang up the phone and call that person. 99.5% of the time, you're going to get in touch with that person, and they're going to be having no idea what you're speaking of. They're not in trouble. Okay. This one we've actually made arrests on in the past, where we've had people that fell victim one time, and then the people returned to prey on them again. So we set up a sting. We went out. We actually busted them. We took their car. We took the monies that they had on them. That all became property of Lakewood Police Department. But we were able to return the money that was taken, and we have other people's money that we're in the process of trying to return to, but it's a process. Your fake government or IRS calls. This would be a person calling out of the blue by a fake agent or police officer or IRS employee that states you owe back taxes or other monies, and if not provided, an arrest warrant will be issued to you. It's important to remember that no government agency will inform you of the creation of a warrant for your arrest. That would give you a head start and make it harder for us to find you, right? We don't tell people prior to arresting them that they have a warrant.
They use fear tactics so they get you off your game. They make you worry. And you do stupid things. You make stupid decisions.
Yeah, if you get anybody on the phone that's pressuring you into doing something,
Hang on.
it's most likely
Hang on.
wrongdoing. So just hang up the phone
And block them.
and block them.
I have a question.
We'll go back.
With blocking, I take Rosenberg, lawyer, and I go to the number, I go on my computer, and it says scam. Every day, 10 times a day. It's the lawyers, and it's Rosenberg. But I block them, but it goes to my voicemail.
So did you call Rosenberg and Rosenberg?
No, they're scams.
Well, look for Rosenberg and Rosenberg.
I did.
Call and say, what's going on? You're not going to send them anything, but find out why they keep calling. Were you involved in an accident recently or anything like that? Because usually attorneys will reach out.
I don't drive.
So, yeah. And then you don't have to worry.
That wasn't that. No, yeah. 10 times a day.
There is a thing called robocalling, where
Yeah. And I looked it up on the computer, and they even leave the number. I mean, how stupid are you? You know, but it's every day, and I block them, and they still go to my voicemail.
You can block that entirely with your phone.
What's that?
You can block that entirely with your phone. You don't even hear the voicemails. We can do it later. Or?
yeah, we'll do that afterwards. There's different programs you can sign up for too that'll actually make you less frequently called by these potential
I mean,
scammers.
all day long, I say, I have no time for this.
Yeah.
Before we leave, we'll show you how to do it.
Okay,
Don't let him forget.
I will.
Any other questions about the fake government? All right, so fake lottery and charity calls. Again, potential victim being informed that they're the winner of some type of lottery or a request from an obscure type of charity for money. You may get calls from the American Police Foundation. You know, you're trying to be thoughtful and donate to the police department, which we greatly appreciate. However, there is no such thing as an American Police Foundation. It's not a legitimate foundation. Okay, we don't know where that money goes to. They get a lot of money, but it's not used to go back to the police department. The Lakewood Police Department, PBA, used to send out flyers and requests for donations, but it came from the Lakewood Police Department, and it was in an envelope, and all the information you needed to donate was inside the envelope. I don't know if we still do it. We don't do that. Too much, right? Yeah, it costs way too much. So, there are many fake charities around, and the best way to avoid them is to look up those charities and see if it is an actual legitimate charity. The police will not call you to fundraise, and Publishers Clearinghouse filed for bankruptcy in 2025, and all assets were acquired by ARB Interactive. You will not win the Publishers Clearinghouse. I'm sorry.
So they fell victim to that scheme.
They're not in existence anymore. The home repair scams, that involves with the potential victim either being contacted by phone or by a solicitor, going door to door trying to solicit business. It can result in victims either being on the hook for extra expenses that were not agreed to prior to the work being done, or a fraudulent bill requesting payment in an odd form, either requesting account numbers or cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is bad. Unless you're investing in it, it's bad. Don't allow soliciting, and call anytime you have solicitors. If you need work done on your residence, find a licensed contractor, someone you can go after if they don't have the work done properly.
And I believe here, do you have
Permits.
bylaws saying that solicitors cannot come through?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but they do.
That's beautiful. You guys are lucky.
But they still get through.
They still get through.
You tell them.
Make sure you call.
I just go to police.
Yeah, tattle.
Also,
Call Soup, he'll come right out there, drag him out, kicking and screaming. Any questions on that?
question in the back?
For residences, other than gated communities, do you need a certificate to be able to door knock?
It depends on the township. There's township ordinances set in place depending on where you live. So each town is different. I live in Barnegat. There is no soliciting by township ordinance. We can call the police, they'll write a ticket, they'll kick the people out.
Same here, Beechwood has a sticker you put on your window, no knock ordinance. And hopefully that'll keep people from knocking. It doesn't though, they still knock. But
You get a big dog, and a big dog will chase him.
he's better than a sticker.
The dog food out by the
Okay. I wrote a bunch about this one because it strikes near and dear to my heart. Romance scams involve a person seeking a romantic relationship and finding someone in a form of online dating or app that ultimately turns out to be a fraudulent person. The actor usually winds up requesting money from some obscure reason. If the money is gathered, then the actor will request more money. The Lakewood Police Department has seen losses in the amount of more than $100,000 to a single victim before the victim reported the incident. That happened in Leisure Village. I was the detective assigned. $117,000 for life savings. It was awful. Romance scam takes time to create this relationship because no one in this room will give money to a perfect stranger, right?
No, I don't have any.
We're not just going to hand over money to people we don't know, right? So they'll have to form some type of relationship. It takes time. And before there's a request for money, these scams are not as prevalent as others because they take time. Things to remember: don't give money to people you don't know. And if it seems too good to be true, it is. Like the guy that targeted my mother was like a Sean Connery looking gentleman. And I was like, Ma, this is not a real guy. It's not. And she was convinced until she found out.
Did you give him money?
Oh yeah, $7,000.
Oh my God.
My mom can actually be a demonstration for a bunch of these. It's a process. She lives with me. I'm trying to teach her. So fraudulent bank activity scams. In this one, the victim will receive a phone call or a text regarding activity within their bank account. Normally, the victim is requested to transfer money out of their account and into another account operated by the suspect. Usually results in the emptying of the victim's account with no way to retrieve funds once transferred. There's multiple times I've seen this happen online where you'll get a pop-up on your screen from something that appears to be your bank, and it'll say like your account's being emptied. Please open the link and speak with us, and stuff like that. You know, these things are targeting you. Make sure you just don't react to whatever is coming just randomly out of nowhere at you. Stop and contact your bank. You'll call the bank and they'll be like, there's no fraudulent activity on your account. There's nothing wrong with it. It's important to remember the best course of action is to hang up, call your local branch using the trusted number, one that you know is your actual bank's phone number, and not any number provided by the caller. You can also double check to ensure that there's no suspicious activity on your account using an app while still on the phone. Do you guys have the bank apps on your phone? So some yes, some no. But if you're on the phone with somebody, you can put them on speaker and check the app, and you'll be able to see whether or not there is any suspicious activity. You'll know right away if they're honest or not. Any questions on this one? Some red flags to watch for. These are things common with most of these scams. The caller is going to be insistent. They're going to pressure you to act immediately. These are things where they want you to feel like, oh no, I have to do it right away or I'm going to lose all my money. Any requests for gift cards or wire transfers? Neither of those are how any companies accept payment. Any threats of arrest or legal trouble? Again, we went over this. I'm not going to call you and tell you I need to see you or I'm going to arrest you. I'm just going to show up and arrest you. Because otherwise, you'll leave and I won't know where to find you. If you're being told by any of these people to keep everything you're saying a secret, and don't talk to anybody about it. That happens a lot with the grandparent scams. Don't tell your family. Don't let anybody else know. Why would you not talk to other people? If any offers seem too good to be true, they are. Don't fall for that. And this one's important. Like any requests of payment to be made in cryptocurrency are fraudulent. We've had victims in every older community in this town. People will go and try and pay their JCP&L bill at a crypto ATM or a Bitcoin ATM. They don't accept that type of payment. There's no reason for it. You're sending your money to a scammer, most likely in China, and that money is practically impossible to
We'll not
recover.
investigate that.
Well,
We'll follow through. Once we find out it's in China,
I will assign a detective to waste his time to try and find your money
once it's in China.
and recover it, but it's going to China within 7 seconds. Some cyber crimes to avoid. Fake emails from banks or companies. Tech support scams, identity theft, malware from unsafe downloads. Does anybody know what malware is? Malware is just an abbreviation for malicious software. So malware would be something on your computer that would look like a link that you're going to click on to either go to your bank account or open an email from a friend. But embedded in that malicious software is programming to extract passcodes, bank account numbers, other items that people frequently keep on their computer.
Don't even open the emails. Even if you open it, you kind of, right, can't you get like a little virus and see?
Yeah,
If you click on the link, don't even.
that's malicious software. So all of these are examples of different types of malware or links that are tied to other stuff. So in the top left, you have a Netflix warning. It's generic, right? It says, "Hi dear," not the account holder's name. They don't know your name. And they're just sending you something to try and get you to click on it to steal your information or embed some viruses on your computer to steal your information. LinkedIn's a program that a lot of business professionals use to upload their information to get you to try and use their contractors.
It's like headhunting for jobs.
Yeah, it's all done on the internet, but you may get something from LinkedIn in the top left. PayPal, same thing, dear PayPal customer, you would think, all right, I have a PayPal account, that might be something legitimate, but it's actually something that is trying to steal your information. Do you have a question?
No, you're doing good,
All
sir.
right, thanks, man. Again, it has a link to click, confirm your information, and that's just it asking you to upload your information, or click on the link and I'll steal your information. And then from the IRS, the beautiful IRS, right? they'll legitimately take your money, and then these fake IRS will illegally take your money.
No kidding.
So some things to remember when staying safe online. Use strong passwords. Your computer will frequently recommend, do you want to use our password? No. That's it. Yes and no, it depends. It depends on the program you're using. Sometimes the computer password is 20 digits long and it'll store it for you. If it's directly from your computer, I don't think there's an issue with it. If it's on a link from an outside agency, then there's an issue with it. Don't click unexpected links. I think we went over this. Keep devices updated because there's always software being put out by the programs to keep your information safe. So whenever you get a chance to update, even the guys in the office that work for me, like our computers ask us to update frequently, and they'll just ignore it. And then when I go over to their computer, I'm like, yeah, when was the last time you updated this? Either stuff's not going to work right or the protection isn't always going to be there and up to date. If you get the option to use two-factor authentication, it's a hassle, but it's to keep your information safe. So I always do it, and I recommend everybody else to do it as well. That would be where you would have to put in a PIN code that's sent to a text message to your phone, on top of you just entering your regular password in a program. Yeah, because they want to keep your stuff safe. So if it asks you, do you want to use two-factor authentication? My recommendation, yes. And never share your passwords with anyone. You know. So with my mom, she also clicked on a link that she said, somebody's hacking into my computer, so I clicked on the link and, now they're saving it. And I was like, wow, like not only did you grant them access to your computer, but you also have all the passwords for everything saved on your computer. So I walked over, unplugged the computer, ripped the phone line out of the computer, and kind of just threw the computer out and we started over. So here's a little insight into how we as police investigate frauds. It's kind of a nuance. It takes a long time. We review phone logs and emails. We work with banks and federal agencies. We track your money, see where it goes. We interview victims and witnesses, all to determine that your money got sent overseas and it's gone. And us as local police department do not have the authority to go overseas and get your money back as much as we would like to. I'm sure everybody up here would love a trip to whatever Caribbean island, maybe not China. How you can protect yourself. Talk to family before sending money to anybody, because your family is probably going to tell you, don't do it. Hang up on suspicious calls, keep records of contacts, and report any fraud immediately to the police department.
Sir, can I touch up on that? I'm sorry.
Sure, man. So, come on, use the microphone.
Recently, someone got a call from their, oh, I'm sorry.
Mike?
Maybe that's a mic. Is that better? All right, this is only me real quick, I don't mean to interrupt. But if your nephew's calling you and it's not a number that you recognize, but it sounds like his voice, and he's asking for something that's very absurd, make sure you hang up the phone and call your nephew from the right phone, because somebody tried to fall victim to that not too long ago. Just wanted to put that out there. That there is AI that can kind of mimic your voice. That's a good. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
There's certain phone calls you may get, and it's asking you to say yes. So you don't record that, and then they can use that for something else. Just be careful.
Or say
Don't know
yes.
the number, don't answer the phone.
Say yes in a different language.
Very good, thank you.
All right. So here's some phone numbers and websites you can use to report fraud. The top one gets to us, your friendly local Lakewood Police Department. We'll do our best to help you out.
Are they in the packet? Also in the packet on all those common frauds and scams, there's numbers to call, who to call, when to call.
The Lakewood Police Department number is probably
It's not going to be on that packet.
I'm also going to email this PowerPoint presentation to Cindy who will try and disseminate it to everybody. All right, the next one's going to be the Federal Trade Commission. They handle a lot of the stuff dealing with frauds. That is their phone number. If you can get in touch with somebody from the Federal Trade Commission, I commend you.
Let us know how.
And below it is their website, identitytheft.gov. So just remember, if you're feeling some kind of identity theft, identitytheft.gov. Adult Protective Services, Ocean County phone number is up there as well. They can help out somewhat. And then call your own bank, your own credit unions, and they'll be able to help you as well. If there is stuff going on, they'll be able to freeze accounts, they'll be able to open new accounts and get you right in the temporary. Okay?
With the frozen account, it is a hassle if you freeze your account, because now you got to go through hoops to get, but it's the safest thing to do if your identity's stolen. Freeze your account so nobody can do any more damage to you. You are entitled to a free credit report every year through one of the three credit report, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. Your credit line, you go through that. So take advantage. Definitely if you're a victim of identity theft or fraud, take advantage of that free credit report to make sure nobody's opening up accounts in your name. But the best thing to do is freeze your account. Call your credit and tell them you want to freeze your credit.
There's apps available, CreditWise, Sergeant Conrad was saying. CreditWise is an overall credit monitoring app that it'll basically keep tabs on where your credit is, and it'll monitor all three credit agencies. So that pretty much concludes my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now we'll open up the floor to story time. So I'm gonna have Jason Yard come up. He's gonna talk about an incident that happened to him with his phone, and also
Special guest.
LifeLock. I present Police Officer Jason Yard. I would like to let you guys know that when I was a new officer on the Lakewood Police Department, Jason Yard was one of my FTOs. He trained me.
He trained him.
Oh my God.
I'm old.
He did not train me.
Join the club.
All right, so I'm going to speak without the mic. Oh,
Just sit there.
everybody here, I like using the mic. Use the mic.
Yeah, I'm using the mic. Is that better?
Yes.
All right, so this is about 3 years now. I picked up a new iPhone, went to the AT&T store. Bought a new iPhone. All right, go through all the paperwork. They tell me how much it's going to be. Then they say, hey, you want to save money? We can do online bill pay. You can go through your bank and you don't send the payment in. It's cheaper. We'll save you $10. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me try it. I never do that. Everything I do when I pay bills is old-fashioned. My wife does it. She writes out the check and she sends it in. Safest way in my eyes after this happened to me. So I decided, let me save my wife the trouble. I'll do it that way. So I give AT&T my bank information, my routing number. I give them all that information to get it done through bill pay. Now this was through an AT&T store, reputable place. I'd say probably a few days later, I go on my phone, messing with my phone, try to use it, and it's in SOS mode. So I'm like, turn it off, turn it on, no service, SOS. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I call AT&T. They tell me, yeah, you bought a phone in Massachusetts. You had your number transferred. I'm like, no, I didn't. So somebody from that AT&T store, I believe, took all my information and either sold it or passed it on to somebody who ended up going to an AT&T store in Massachusetts. Person purchased an iPhone, had my phone number transferred, had my bank account information, since it was all on AT&T's paperwork, and he had the bank information sent to my phone number, which was now his phone number, entered a PIN number, and gained access to my bank account. He wiped out my bank account. I called Massachusetts. I had them investigate it, look into it. I found out my twin brother is probably a 6-foot heavyset black male who walked into the bank with identification, took money out, went to the ATM, he tried to take as much as he could. I kind of blame the bank a little bit on this too, because I've been with TD Bank for over 20 years. I've never banked in Massachusetts. I've never drew all my money out of my account. So they didn't pick up any red flags. So when you find out you're a victim of identity theft, and when I was going through this and I was trying to take care of it with the police and everybody, and you open up your account and you're like,
forgive me, oh shit, my money's gone. Now you start panicking. Now you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I called him, I said, you gotta help me, dude. I don't know, somebody just wiped my bank account out. So, long story short, I went through with TD Bank to fight to get my money back. They were telling me it was gonna take several months to get my money back, which is BS because they are the ones that gave that money out. As soon as that happened, though, I called the credit, froze everything, stopped, canceled all my credit cards. I got off of any Venmo, all that stuff. I don't do any of that anymore because I just don't trust it. I know it's safe. It's safe for people, but for me, since I was a victim of it, I'm scared of it. I don't need anybody wiping my bank account out again. But now that my information is out there, it's like, it's out there forever. So I could be good for 2 years, 2 months, 20 years, but eventually somebody's gonna have access to all my information again because it's out there and you'll never get rid of it and it'll happen again. So now I just leave my credit frozen. If I need it, I'll call. You can even go on the app. You can set when you want to release it. I release it for a couple days if I'm making a purchase of something, and then I freeze it back again because I don't want anybody to have any access.
What bank was this?
I was using TD Bank,
That's my bank.
and So I'm sure for all you victims of it, it's traumatic knowing that somebody was able to do that to me. Anybody? Question in the back. You're already trying to scam me in the back, but what do you got?
What's your bank account number? No, seriously. Did you get your money back?
I did. They told me it was going to take 3 months to get all my money back, which I fought tooth and nail. And Detective Kearns came through with me, and he put me in touch with the right person, and I had that money back within a few days.
How much did you have to pay him?
And the person, he never got caught. I never heard anything further. So, but at least I know I have a twin out there that looks like me. Moral of the story is too, if you got smartphones, be careful. Smartphones are dangerous. I mean, they have a lot of useful technology in them and information, but they can also be very dangerous. There's a lot of things out there that people can get. This is your lifeline. Your phone now is everything. Your wallet, your credit, it holds everything. Gotta be careful. Question?
Thing that I do, I have an iPhone and I have it set up that any number that is not in my contact list goes directly to voicemail. And I
Yes.
avoid all that stuff.
Yes, so like she was saying, the iPhone, the latest update now is if it's a number that's not in your contacts, it will go, and the iPhone will ask what the reason for them calling, and it'll leave you a message saying why they're calling. And then if you think it's something legit, you can call them back. This way you don't get the robocalls all the time. With robocalls on smartphones, if you answer it, then it shows you have a working number, so it's just going to keep calling you.
No, with mine, it doesn't, nothing happens, it goes directly to voicemail. And most of the time they hang up.
Now that's fine, but if you have a doctor who's trying to call you and they're not in your thing, either they'll leave a message or they'll say who they are and the phone
If
rings.
it's important, if it's legit, they'll leave a message.
Correct, and then you check your message. If it's a doctor, let me call them back. That's the safest. You again.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. But seriously, are there any updates on AI scams, more detail or whatever?
So for your AI scams, sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit.
Microphone. He left, I can whisper and you can still hear me, Michael.
And you didn't bring the dog.
So here's the problem. So for your AI scams, you're basically going to be dealing with those robocalls where it's possibly somebody that you know, a family member, a grandson, uncle, nephew, whatever it ends up being. They'll mimic their voice because they've answered their phone. And they'll mimic it through AI. And they will basically say, hey, I got arrested and I need some money. Can you meet me X, Y, and Z? I believe this was one that we dealt with directly with the Jewish community.
Yeah.
The family was out of New York. They ended up calling right before Shabbos saying my grandson was arrested by the Lakewood Police Department and we need to get them out. We sent $9,000. I don't remember or don't know the outcome. I was working with some of the rabbis in the background for this, where we got the family to have a police officer show up to the house and I forget wherever they were, doesn't matter. To have them go out there to tell them that they were being scammed and to not turn over the money that they had prepped for Shabbos, which they technically can't have anyway, but they were trying to get their grandson the money. It all done through AI. They used the grandson's voice, said, "Grandma, Grandpa, whatever it is, I've been arrested. Come bail me out with $10,000 in cash." One that we had here, it happened twice. Like Sergeant Kern said, they set up a sting on the second time. They were able to recover the money from likely the second event, but the first event, that money is gone. They're likely not going to be able to recover that money, and they kept it at a house that they did a search warrant on. Highly doubt they're going to get that money though. Your biggest scams where this hits us in our senior communities is going to be your romance scams and then cryptocurrency. Obviously, for reasons that Sergeant Kern said, the romance scams, if your significant other passes and you're lonely, you sign up for these dating apps and websites. Don't do it. Don't do it unless you can verify who that person is. Don't be sending money to somebody in Europe, Russia, Croatia, wherever it is. Those are generally scams. They're going to say that, hey, I'm stuck in this country. I just need $10,000 to get back to America. Can you help me out? It's all a scam. The second one going to be your cryptocurrencies. This is a big one because our senior communities don't know a whole lot about it. They have some machines around in some of the stores. It basically is like a coin or money that you can't actually have. It's not tangible. And they are trying to work some ways to be able to work some websites where you can pay through cryptocurrency. It's not done yet. So your best bet is if somebody's calling saying, hey, go buy cryptocurrency coins from your machine and give me the tickets, or you purchase it online. So if you have like a Robinhood, or I don't think Ameritrade, but if you have some kind of trading things online, a Coinbase, you can buy these coins and transfer them to a wallet.
What's the purpose of it?
The purpose of it is, a lot of it is done through the black market or done through nefarious reasons that you don't want to trade in cash. But now you could trade those coins for cash. So say if I had a Bitcoin, it's about $70,000 today. It was about 120, I want to say like 4 or 5 months ago. It was quite a bit more. But if you are trading in a Bitcoin, you're getting something that's worth $120,000. That's what you're going to pay, but it goes up and down depending on what the market is. It's very similar to how the stock market works. If you guys are familiar with that, I imagine. Most of you may be. You understand the basis for it. The crypto market is very similar. And you can trade these coins and you can move the coins to other coins to make or lose money. Some of these scammers will ask that you pay them in cryptocurrency because it's very, very hard to track for our detectives. They've gone to schools where they can potentially track this money, but like he said, once it makes it out of the country, it makes it very hard for us to recover. What was that?
I can't imagine even bothering with it.
Well, that's why we're here, because people, like Sergeant Kern said, somebody was scammed of $117,000. So,
Make it sound good.
right, this is somebody within your community, right? So I got on Cindy, I'm like, hey, we have to get here to do another scam talk. And we're going to keep coming back because 2 days later, somebody else got hit for about $70,000. I don't believe in this neighborhood or this community, but in a different community. So we have to be diligent and trying to educate some of our community members that these things are still happening and it is affecting people that live here, right? So it's very important that if you guys remember anything from this, spread the word to those that are not there. That way that helps us, right? Because it takes countless man hours to be able to try to investigate one crime, right? There's a whole bunch of people in these communities, and there's not enough of us to be able to investigate these crimes. Some of the community members, same thing. Somebody was scammed of $170,000 in cryptocurrency. The guy was calling me, I am not a detective. I don't have the capabilities like these guys have So I keep referring him back to these guys to help investigate these crimes, right? Because I don't have the capability of doing it. But I just end up being friends with the guy, so he reaches out to me to press these guys. It takes weeks and weeks of hours to be able to help one person. And you're not even guaranteed to get your money, which is why it's very important. If you are scammed, you notify us right away. The earlier you notify us, the more of a chance there is for us to get you your money back. Question?
No, but I have to say, this guy is, I was really gullible, and my son usually, I didn't tell him to was after, because this guy went, I like his profile. So I was just like, nothing. And I said, who is this? And he said, oh, you know, maybe we could talk. So I had a landline phone and a cell phone. So what I did was, I went on my landline phone instead of my cell. He went on the messenger and said, oh, I can't answer it right now. Call me back. And I said, uh-oh. Yeah. I said, I have to go, my niece is here. And he said, you better call me back. Delete, block, everything.
Right, so if some people didn't hear what she was saying. I'm assuming this is kind of like a friend or dating app or a messenger app?
He said he was a sergeant. I went to his profile.
Okay.
He had no friends. He was dressed up in a uniform like an army man.
Okay.
You know, with all medals and everything. He had no friends. There was no friends on his profile. There was nothing. But I would go on my landline, not myself. But he was standing there. I like to talk, and we talk. Then all of a sudden a bell went over my head. And I just said, Joe, this is not right. I deleted him and I blocked him.
What were you talking about on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, so more or less she was contacted by somebody on Facebook to try to...
Like profile, you know, sometimes you know, but now I don't take anything.
Right, so it's not just these dating apps. You can be contacted through any kind of
Yeah, because
source.
a lot of guys, I'm telling you, I don't know why they keep saying, oh, I like your profile, and you talk. And some people in this village that I know, they talk to these people.
Of course they do. That's why they keep doing it, because it's a business, right? They're making money somehow. They're going to keep trying to reach out to whoever they can.
Right.
Which
And then you start getting nasty.
some of them will, yeah, to try to pressure you.
Right.
Back to what Sergeant Kearns was talking about, they try to pressure you to make you basically not think about your actions. They're going to try to force you to make quick decisions.
My niece did the bell went off my head. I said, oh, my niece is here, I gotta go. And he said, you better call me right back.
Right.
Nasty. I said, who are you talking to? Well, I'll see you later.
Another common one is going to be your Apple gift card or Microsoft gift card or any kind of gift card. If someone is requesting that you go get gift cards and send them the codes for the gift cards, it's a scam. And as soon as you send the codes to whoever the money is going, we can't even get it back. Even in contacting Target, Apple, they can't recover the money that was on the gift cards,
Because you sent it to them. They're going to say you sent them the money.
more or less. Go ahead.
I have one that happened to me a couple of times is the post office.
Okay.
He emailed me that there was a packet there and I had to come and pay for it. I didn't have no packet, so I went to the post office with that email and they said it was a scam.
Right.
Yeah, you'll get a text message from the post office saying your package was unable to be delivered.
Yes, yes.
Please put your information so we can make sure we get the package.
Yes.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Don't enter any information in these emails.
Any of those text messages, emails.
Your best bet is to go to, like you just did, go to the post office themselves and say, do I have a package here? This is my name. And they should be able to verify whether you have a package or
They
not.
tell me right away it was a scam.
Of course. Most of your emails that you're going to be getting, you can verify if the email is legit or not, but just by clicking to see where the email is coming from. But don't even get into that. I would just delete it. Because if you're clicking around on certain things and you click the wrong thing, you can open your information to these scammers. Okay? Most of us have all of our stuff saved on our phone out of convenience. It's great to have, it's a great feature, but like Jason, I don't save any of the information in my phone. If I do, it's done through multi-factor identification. That way, like Sergeant Kern said, they'll send you a separate text message with a 6-digit code that usually expires in about 30 seconds. So if that code, if you don't have that code, you can't get into whatever you're trying to do.
I used to have police calls every week, police officers.
Call you?
Yeah. And either say, like, this is whoever. And I said, who? He said, this is the police, we want a donation. I said, my husband's a police officer, so I give it to the PPM. So I know how not. So every week he would call. Then I recognized his voice. I go, oh, my favorite police officer. Hung up. He never called back.
We're not asking anybody for money.
Yeah.
All right, so what she's saying is that the police were calling her asking for money. We are not contacting anybody for money.
And yeah.
Pretty much not.
I'm telling you, it's awful.
You guys have it?
Every day.
You guys have it?
Like he was my best friend.
Any other questions?
Does anybody want to go over how to block, like this lady, the robocalls? Or anything like that?
Can you do that with a group, with an Android?
An Android? Not yet. Not yet. On an Android, there's a way to stop anybody, like how you have. It won't block the call and send it to voicemail, but it will stop your phone from ringing if they're not
And it
ringing.
comes up that it looks like a scam.
It'll pop up that it's a potential scam. And the number will not actually ring your phone. You can set your phone up to do that for unknown numbers to not ring. So similar to an iPhone, but there's like if you have an iPhone, you have an option to send an unknown number directly to voicemail. You cannot do that with an Android.
But you know, I block some calls and all of a sudden they send a lot of calls every day.
Right. Yeah, so I usually just let them ring and like I think Jason was saying before, if you answer those robocalls, they're adding you to a list that it's an active number. So they're just going to keep calling you if you keep answering these calls.
I made the mistake of answering a robocall one time. I answered it, I said I'm not interested, hung up. They called me back 2 minutes later, hung up again, they called me back 2 minutes later. After about the 5th call, I finally said, listen, I gotta get you guys to stop calling. They said, well, congratulations, you answered the phone, we're gonna call you every 2 to 5 minutes until you agree. So I had to switch, I had to change my phone number. I don't know if everybody knows it's a pain in the neck to change your phone number. You know, so it's a real thing. They will call you every 2 to 5 minutes. And this went on for about an hour and a half.
But can't you block that?
They call from a different number every time. And that's what they told me. They said, we will call you from a different number. Every single call will be from different numbers. You can't block us. So I called Verizon. They changed my number for free. And it went on for about an hour and a half. It was a long hour and a half.
Does anybody have any other questions? Anything related? Question in the back?
And this is kind of a general question. You're going to be emailing all of this to us?
Cindy is.
We are not going to be emailing you anything.
Cindy's going to be scanning it into, so you can have it.
Okay. We'll put it up on the social media.
It's going to be on the social media page.
We will email you.
I feel that my kids will tell me.
Lose my voice.
This is a question, probably in general. How do you know the banks?
Oh, we got a question in the back. We're trying to. Question?
How do you know the bank?
How do you know if they have a good fraud department? That I have no idea.
You ask them.
Ask.
I can tell you nothing is 100% with any bank you choose. No bank will guarantee that you will not fall victim to identity theft. They can't. But I can tell you, TD, it's not good. I'm not happy with TD, but even the bank I chose, I ended up going with Chase Bank, and I asked them, we asked them about security and fraud, and what can they guarantee, and they said, we cannot guarantee that your information be taken from us as well. I mean, they have fraud detection. I have no issues with them. They've been great, but no bank is going to guarantee you that your information is safe with them on it.
One way to keep your money safe, use credit cards.
You're protected.
And then you pay your credit card bill, you're not paying the money out to whatever company you're trying to buy from. They're only getting access to a credit card number. If you're going to use a credit card, the best fraud protection available through credit cards is American Express. They do the best as far as preventing fraud. A lot.
Now, not a lot of people would
And
take
like-
that because they do charge fees.
Like the Sarge said, though, you have that option. Every time you check out, debit or credit. Credit. Credit, you're protected. If you lose your money, if something happens, credit agency will protect you. Debit is your cash, and you gotta fight for it.
Is there a safe place to buy an iPhone?
And Verizon or AT&T.
Yeah.
Right from the record.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to any secondhand store to buy it.
No. I want to see you on 2nd Street buying an iPhone. Question?
What about money orders? If you're paying the bills by money order?
That's safe.
That specific amount of money that you got in money order is going to go directly where you send it.
That's safe.
And it's going. So if you verify what you're sending the money to, you know it's a trusted place that you're going to send it, no problem.
Don't worry about that.
Money orders, cashier's check, same thing. If you're paying a different company or a different agency to send money, you know, they're going to get access to the other company's account, not yours.
Thank you.
I can hear myself.
I have an answer.
Everybody's all good, nobody has any questions right now?
I have an answer.